During the first day of her testimony, Jodi Arias recalled a handful of past boyfriends, most of whom either cheated on her or were physically abusive. So let's take a closer look at the pattern of her relationships. Let's start in 1995. She starts dating Bobby Juarez. She's 15 years old. He's 18 years old. He's into goth. He wanted to hunt vampires. But here's the thing. Jodi says he's her first true love, gave her that butterfly feeling in her stomach. But she claims they had physical fights. At one point, he puts her into a chokehold. At another point, he puts her in an arm lock. And also at another point, he threatens to kill her entire family. So Jodi breaks up with him, and he slits his wrists, according to her. Now we move to 1997. She starts dating Victor Arias. That's right, same last name as Jodi. Strangely enough, same middle name as Travis Alexander. Well, she meets him in Costa Rica. They're on an exchange program. She's 17 at the time. Victor gives her a promise ring, tells Jodi he wants to start a family with her. So she comes back, and they write letters. They continue the long-distance relationship. But Jodi thinks he's too jealous, too possessive. She breaks up with him. Now, while that was going on, she was separated from Bobby Juarez. Now she gets back together with him. She's 17 years old now. He's a little bit older than her. She moves in with him. Remember, this is her first love. But while she's living with him, she finds email love letters from Bobby to another woman. So she's broken up, and she breaks off the relationship for good. Then we go to 2000, and she starts dating Matt McCartney. Now, this is a guy that she knew before. You see, he was Bobby's roommate, and she was so impressed with how Matt treated his girlfriends back then, that she starts dating him. She says he never hit her, was never verbally abusive with her, but she catches him cheating with a woman named Bianca while he's got a seasonal job at a place called Crater Lake, and she says, you know what, I'm done with you as well. Now we move to 2002. Jodi's trying to get a new start. She moves to Big Sur. She says, you know what, I'm going to work out here. I'm going to let life go its course. She's interviewed by a guy named BREWER for a job at the Ventana Inn, really fancy inn in Big Sur. She's 22, he's 42. She looks at him and says, oh, kind of looks like a George Clooney. She gets interested in him. Now, strangely enough, Matt McCartney, remember that last boyfriend? He gets a job there, too. They have sex one more time while they're there. They're living in tents at different times. But then she starts dating DARRYL. DARRYL then steps down from his management position because he's a manager, right? He hires her. They begin dating. They move in together. DARRYL has a young child. And they date for 3 or 4 years. DARRYL even testified in this trial. He mentioned that, they had a good relationship at many times. Of course, also his testimony is key because he mentions that Jodi Arias borrowed gas cans from him not long before Travis Alexander was killed. So where are the lawyers going with this? Well, you know what it comes down to? Right now, they're trying to set up two constructs. First, Jodi Arias was abused, physically abused, and that's going to play into what happened with Travis Alexander. Secondly, she had this pattern with boyfriends, these relationships that didn't work out, these guys that cheated on her, and all of that built up inside her and created a situation where she ended up with Travis Alexander. And in that Alexander relationship, she was abused, and therefore, when you look at her self-defense claim, you look at her as an abuse victim based on all these past events. That's what the defense is trying to go for.